Hello everyone, this is White Wolf, and we're going to start off this live. I hope everyone is doing well, and I wanted to start off this live really talking about being strong no matter what presents itself to you, no matter what circumstance you experience, no matter what is appearing into your awareness, and no matter what attachments that you have to limiting beliefs, that you can be strong no matter what presents itself to you. So understanding that we have to be strong and roll with the punches and go with our alignment and go with what is true instead of what is not true. So we have to go with the essence and the embodiment and the truth of it and the understanding of what we're experiencing here and now. And if we allow ourselves to actually see it and see that it's making us stronger, it's making us persevere, and it's building a resilience inside of ourselves, then literally we can be strong no matter what presents itself to us. So strength isn't always being macho. Strength is something that is courageous. Strength is something that you are, and power is something that you channel. So understanding that is that no matter what presents itself to you does not mean that it's trying to strip away your freedom. So really, it's actually the freedom in the embodiment and the understanding of learning how to deal away with the attachments of our said fears, to let go of the illusion of the fears and see that there is no truth or validity inside of the fears or the expectations or the false pretenses of our reality. So understanding that we don't have to feel like we're strong all the time, but it's being confident but not an overconfidence. So you can be confident and empowered and motivated past the intention if you really allow yourself to see the strength in what you're experiencing here and now. If you can see that you can be strong in this moment, if you can see that you can tap into your heart in this moment, if you can see that you can really be yourself in this moment, then there's no reason to not be strong and to not be wise, but also be sincere and actually be truthful about what you're experiencing here and now. So just because you don't feel strong or you don't feel elevated or you don't feel like you're in the most vibrational alignment here and now, it doesn't mean that you're not in the most vibrational alignment here and now, but it means that you're actually becoming more present and you're seeing that you have to be strong no matter what presents itself to you, no matter what challenges, no matter what circumstances or experiences that present themselves to you. You don't have to fold. You don't have to stop what you're doing. You just have to keep going. And yes, things happen. A lot of things happen in our lives. Life happens. Things unexpectedly happen all the time, but everything happens for a reason. So it's understanding that we also have a reason to be here and we have a reason to shift into new timelines and experiences and parallel realities that are not too far away from us. We always feel like they're too far away from us. We feel like they're too high above us, but they're actually not. We just have to see that in our thinking, in our concentration, in our meditation time, in the way that we're living our life here and now, if we're able to be stronger, if we're able to be bold and be authentic and courageous towards what makes us feel debilitating or suffering or lacking of something, then we can counterbalance the energies. And if we're able to counterbalance the energies, that means that we're changing the paradigm that we're in or that we're assuming ourselves to be instead of confirming what you are. Assumptions are when we're thinking that we are this thing. We think that we're this. We think that we're that. Instead of just knowing it and living in it and breathing in it and allowing it to take you many different places, is really just the strength inside of ourselves is really just having a moment of clarity and just saying, fuck this shit. Fuck it. I want to do what I want to do. I want to achieve the things that I want to achieve. So how can I do that in many different avenues and vantage points that I can really build more dimensional ley lines within myself and within others, within my reality, that I can see myself in a much different light. It's kind of placing yourself there, placing all of your blessings, placing all of your ambitions, placing everything here and now so that you can start living it. So sometimes it's in our ability to perceive, it's in our ability to project, and it's in our ability to see ourselves with complete hearts, complete fulfillment, but also in the act of doing our service, in the act of doing our giftings, that we can really strike a chord with people. and see that it's not about being the most masterful person or the person that has the more knowledge or the person that has everything in a row and organized and you have everything in place. Because that's a false perfectionism. That's trying to place everything everywhere, and that's being controlling. But Spirit isn't controlling. Spirit wants you to release the control and release the blessing and release the reception so that you can really shift into another state of being. So sometimes it's not withholding stuff, but it's just laying everything out on the table, laying out what you want, journaling about it, but also projecting it and really declaring it and really putting it there within your meditations as if you're a living, breathing vortex. So you can place your strength in everything and everywhere all at once if you just really allow yourself to do so. If you allow the blessings to flow, if you allow the abundance to become who you are, if you see the strength and see the bright side in every situation, that means that you're still having your eye on the bullseye and you're still focused on your development and your journey and what you want to become in this earth plane. So it means that you're dedicated. It means that you are not going to quit or give up. Now, I think we have a totally different definition of what is quitting as human beings. Like most of the time your parents are like, oh, you didn't stick that out, you're a quitter. That's bullshit. Meaning that you didn't resonate with it. It did not really resound in your heart. You didn't vibe with it. Most people would say you're a quitter. That's bullshit. But some of us, sometimes when it gets too tough, and I can name myself in this moment, because sometimes when things get a little too tough, I remembered in the past that I would kind of give up on it. But sometimes we have to discern, are we giving up too fast or we just don't resonate with that particular configuration of energy? So it's finding where you resonate at. It's fine-tuning your abilities and see where they land, seeing where you work, seeing where there is fluidity within what you really want to do. So if it doesn't have flow, then that means that you're not resonating where you need to be at, and you're not placed where you need to be at. So resonate within the realm that you want to encompass yourself upon, because that is going to allow you to really shine through in what you do. Doing the labor of your love is doing the things that you love, doing the things that you really want to do, doing the things that inspire you, and doing the things that really bring you that sense of joy, that sense of ownership and consecration and continuity and understanding yourself. You have to understand that you're not going to do something that you don't love and be happy. Your happiness is not based on how much success you have. Your success is not based on your happiness, but it's really being happy first. So it's kind of understanding that those two things are not really compared in that same vein. So success and happiness isn't the same thing, but fulfillment is much different than happiness and success. Because when you're fulfilled, you're already the destiny, you're already the quantum shift, you're already immersed within that same reality. You're already there. You're already punctuated in your vocabulary where you want to be. You've already changed your switch words into what you really want out of your life. So it's kind of fine-tuning and finding your place, finding your rhythm, finding your repetition in your routine that really allows you to find out what is habitual for you. So we're always recreating and reinventing and finding new ways to look at ourselves in a much different light. That's called clarity. We're all seeking clarity. You could say, I want $1 million. You can say, I want the best love life of my life. I want to own a boat. I want to own a house. Those are great things. But everybody wants clarity. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants to feel into confidence, feel into empowerment. So those things are very much important before the other things come, because you'll never have those things if you don't do those other things that really make you happy. So it's kind of like we can ask for all these different things. We can want this, want that, this, nada. And those things could not make you happy. There's people who have millions of dollars and they're still not happy, which I think is fucking crazy. How can you have $1 million and not be happy? But it happens. But it means that they were thinking of all this success, they were thinking of all this fulfillment, and thinking of these material things that make them happy. instead of really seeing what you can be grateful here now and have an attitude towards it and no expectation to what the outcome may be, and see yourself being stronger here and now. So if you can see yourself being stronger, being more developed, being more aware, being more precise, then that's a direct perception of enlightenment, because you're focusing on the internal journey instead of the external. Now, the external happens with time because manifestation happens with time, even though we're in the absence of time. And I don't really believe in time, but sometimes I can get impatient. And then I'm thinking about time, right? So, but manifestation takes time, right? And I think it's kind of slow on this planet. I don't know if you like resonate with that, but sometimes you're like knocking on the divine's door and being like, what in the fuck are you doing? But manifestation takes time, so use that time wisely so you can really think about what you want. Your wants and your needs are your desires. Your desires are your intentions. Your guided meditation is your preferred state of what you want to resonate in, so that you're able to really accept those blessings. To accept life here and now, and to accept that we're all here and we're just going through the motions and making the most of this human experience. Most of the time, the human experience is bittersweet. But how can you make it really sweet? How can you make it impactful? But how can you make the most of it right now? And sometimes I spent most of my young adolescence being negative towards myself. Most of my adolescence putting myself down or feeling like I was never going to get out of the situation. But then you understand with spirituality that there's more empowerment through the healing, because you're actually seeing it with clarity. You're actually seeing it from a different vantage point. You're actually seeing it from a point where you're not a victim, because it's not a victim state anymore. It's not an identification. It's not an overall truth of how you feel about yourself, but it's more about how you feel about the world, the planet, what you're experiencing, what you have right now, so that you're able to build upon that. That's called expansion. That's called dimensional ley lines. That's called shifting into a new personality. Your personality shapes your reality. That's something Joe Dispenza says a lot. But I think we have to break the habit of being ourselves. Because if we don't break the habit of that, then you're always going to be yourself, and you're always going to dwell within your distortions. You're always going to dwell within your illusions and your delusions. We're all deluded. We all have to understand that. We're all crazy. We're all stupid. We're all nuts as human beings. So if we understand that now, let's create our own simulation. Let's create our own stimulated way of being. Let's create our own mass-produced illusion. But this mass-produced reality, this absolute reality, isn't filled with the things that you don't want. It's filled with the things that make you feel loved, that make you feel prosperous, that make you feel equipped and empowered and positive, so that you're able to reshape yourself and re-encapsulate your vibration. So no matter what, be strong, be forceful, be deliberate in what you do, because you are the compass of deliberate creation. That means that you can change the dial. That means you can change the arrow in the direction of what you're experiencing, no matter what it is. So you have to know that you're stronger than you assume yourself to be. You're stronger than you think. No matter what, be bold, be strong, and be confident. Overconfidence is egoic. It's self-serving. And then that's when the self-sabotage happens. Because if you're overconfident about it, then you're boastful. Then you're just too confident about it. And you want to push the limits, but then when your limit is pushed, that's when it falls apart, right? That's when it falls apart. That means that's resisting the flow and the actual empowerment, because being empowered is being humble. It's being confident, but it's being truthful and honest. It's not overconfidence and I got this, so I'm going to do it all in. That's not true state of enlightenment. That's where you kind of lose your sense of reality again. But I think we have to do it many different times, because if we don't try it this way, then we don't know from the other perspective. We don't know from the other vantage point. And we don't know where we can really place ourselves in many different configurations of energy. Finding the balance is finding the unity, finding the gratitude, Seeing how you can be grateful and have appreciation within your life is how you find the balance. But being truthful towards everything and holding yourself accountable. If we don't hold ourselves accountable, then we'll never face ourselves really. We always have to face ourselves at the end of the day, and facing ourselves is facing God. Facing the oracle. Facing God's source energy and the great I am, because that's all it really is. You're not competing against anybody, but you and the Creator are having this waltz. And it's seeing that oracle, that psychic atomic energy wants to become you. So finding the balance is saying that I want to impact my internal and external reality, and that's changing the cause and effect within your life, because if there's a cause and an effect in your life and it's going two different ways and it's always going negatively, then we have to balance it out with positivity. But that's empowerment, that's meditation, that's self-development, and that's self-saturation, and that's a transfiguration of the soul, meaning that there's more light encompassed within yourself. That's called spiritual mass. So that's how we find the balance, and I'm kind of glad you asked that question because it goes with the message as a whole. So we're never going to understand ourselves if we don't see ourselves as strong, as bold, as confident, and as loving. We can't see ourselves as negative. We can't see ourselves as lowly. And we can't see ourselves as not enough. You are more than enough. You are the blessed indeed. It's like they say in the Bible, the blessed indeed, they have an exclamation point at the end of it. That means that it's already known. You already know that you're the blessed indeed. You already know that you are the parallel reality itself, and everything that you've ever experienced has already been experienced. So just thrust yourself into the experience, and then you'll be more impactful about how you do it. It's just kind of following your destiny, following what the breadcrumb trail of excitement and how it correlates with your journey to find that rhythm. We have to find rhythm, we have to find repetition, and we have to find a consistency. It's kind of like consistency in your money, a consistency in your life, a consistency with how you want to see yourself, a consistency in how you treat others, but also a consistency of what you're projecting out into the world. Because it takes all of us, it takes a village, but it takes everybody projecting all at once to generate simultaneity. And if we generate that, then we can see the power within ourselves. So, like when I mean by repetition, I mean consistency. I don't mean doing the same thing over and over. That's Groundhog Day, that's the revolving door. When I mean repetition, I mean consistency so that you can change. So when I mean repetition, I don't mean to dwell within the revolving door, but as the revolving door is spinning, fall out of it, if that makes any sense. So, both. You can physically do it if you need to, but I would do it metaphysically before you do it physically. But if you need that, then do so. But I wouldn't recommend it physically. You might get a little ill. Yes, but within the mind, the body, the spirit complex, metaphysically speaking. So, I think we're going to be doing some healing energy. I hope everyone is enjoying this live. It seems like the algorithm's working a little bit better. And I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be going live tonight doing psychic readings, healings, activations around 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern. The donations are $25. I do have a 40-minute special for $100, and I have 1 hour session for $200 and 2 hour session for $300. So if you want to book a private session, just text me on my TikTok. And we're going to do some healing energy as well, some activations, and connecting with our guides. So I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're enjoying the live. Stay tuned for the healing energy. This is White Wolf. God bless and namaste. We're going to receive a heart activation from Jesus, helping us tap into the twin heart, the Infinity 8 symbol. And then we are going to have a violet flame go through the throat to clear the throat chakra, to speak your truth, to speak embodiment, to speak into the illusion for optimum projection. And then we're going to activate the third eye. A bionic blue light from the 10th dimension. And then we're going to bring that all out through the causal chakra. And then doing the Kundalini energy, which is allowing us to shed layers of skin. Archangels of love and light, who's willing to cleanse us of our auric field, tapping into God's source energy and the great I am, diving deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth. And so it is. Grandmother and the tribal women are helping us tap into the divine feminine, helping us tap into our rituals in the morning, helping us download affirmations, but also giving us new ways of discernment. Archangel Michael is helping us with the divine masculine, helping us with authority. Mary Magdalene is coming with the essential oils of Source, so you can touch your neck or your shoulders or maybe your wrists to feel the essential oils of Source. And then we have the aquamarine dragons from Neptune helping us with a beautiful water exercise. Usually you would do it with a cup, but we're going to do it with our hands, and we're going to drink the water. And as we're drinking the water, that is of blessing, prosperity, and truth. And we're going to download Metatron's cube within the solar plexus, helping us tap into sacred geometry, activating prophetic visions, psychic abilities that you've never had, and accessing our future parallel realities. And seeing how to be a living, breathing vortex. See yourself as the vortex of creation. See yourself as love. See yourself as all the things that you want and you desire. And seeing that your needs and your wants are your desires. And let's spark the intentions, and there's these beautiful light codes being sent out from the universe. And also, we are seeing our electromagnetic kinetic source energy field as well. And we're just going to raise the frequency higher, 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 and higher, all the way up. And we're going to emanate the eagles to seize opportunities courageously. As the transmission is coming to a close, when I snap my fingers, you'll come back to. You'll have a great sense of clarity. You will know who you are, and you will become the Oracle of Divine Wisdom, which is God manifested in the human form. Take one last deep breath. And so it is. Okay, so that was my live, guys. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the live. And also, if you guys want to book private sessions, I do have a 40-minute special for $100 and 1 hour special for $200. Not a 1 hour special, but for 1 hour it's $200, and for 2 hours it's $300. So feel free to let me know on my TikTok channel. Just text me and I'll send you contact information. If you want to email me, you can do that too. I'll be going live tonight at 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern doing readings, healings, activations, $25 donations. So feel free to see you there. So yeah, that's it. I hope this really impacted you. Just know that you're stronger than you think. Just know that you can be strong in every moment. And just know that you can be strong and wise and loving all at the same time. So this is White Wolf. God bless. Namaste. And until next time, this is White Wolf. See you guys.